In a game like Lost in Prayer, a grid is a signal. Just by looking at it, you know that you have to consider your position carefully, and you must take stock of every element before making a move. And yes, roguelikes are unfair. You are outnumbered, so you must use the terrain and everything else to your advantage. Bait your enemies around a corner to control the flow of attacks. Exploit the turret's projectiles as an extra source of damage. Force the enemy to walk through a trap to reach you. Even seemingly simple situations require that you think twice. Your first runs will be marred with mistakes, and each one may prove fatal. But every run is an opportunity to learn. Eventually, you'll see not only the direct effect of your actions, but also the chain reactions that follow. One area of focus in Lost in Prayer is to ensure that a game doesn't feel static. Some skills grant you special mobility options, but other skills can also push or pull your enemy. You can slam enemies into walls, or even into each other. Some characters can lay bombs or a fire trail behind, while others can hurt anything nearby just as they walk. There are many ways to use motion as a tool, and it is key to controlling the battlefield. Now, all of those micro decisions are crucial, but you also need a long-term strategy. And of course, this is where your choice of gear, stats, and skills will come into play. To me, the most important aspect is to ensure that there are multiple ways to play any character. If I can't find a way to play that feels like my own, I will not enjoy myself. In Lost in Prayer, growth comes with sacrifices. You must invest in sins and virtues, which improve some stats at the detriment of others. Every playable character has its own skill tree, and you won't be able to unlock everything in a run. If you want to push all the way in one direction, you will have to suffer a severe drawback in exchange. If you don't find a way to mitigate your weaknesses, it could lead to your demise. If you could decide everything from the start and just follow through with your plan, the predictability would get boring. So of course, we mix things up with loot. Gear in Lost in Prayer not only affects your stats, it also unlocks abilities that are otherwise locked out of your character. As such, a lucky find can redefine your build, and some specialized gear can get you out of a bind. We want to give the player a breadth of choices in any given situation. Decisions, big and small, allowing for self-expression, but demanding of the player to understand their context. Not every choice is valid, but there is enough room for multiple solutions to any problem. So how will you play? How will you conquer heaven or hell? Which one will you conquer first? We can't wait to see your answers to those questions.